What's up, guys? It's John. I'm here in Philadelphia today at the PHLster shop with John Hauptman, the guy who runs the show. And we're going to do something special. John, why don't you show them what we're going to do today? We're going to make a holster for that bad boy. Stick with us, guys. It's going to be awesome. What do you think?
Oh, goodness gracious. When you draw this gun, it should come out and go, dun dun dun! And like, that would be perfect. I'm afraid we don't have the technology for that.
I feel like you need to invest in that technology.
It'd be perfect. It wouldn't be subtle. And
Nothing about this gun is subtle.
subtlety was not in mind.
When I bought a Chrome Desert Eagle, I was not like, you know what, what's the best carry gun in 50 AE? I said, you know what, that's a Desert Eagle, it's Chrome, you, I'm buying it. That's what I said to myself.
Right. And when we form the kydex, it's basically going to form over here to the point where it touches, and then traps the trigger guard in the holster. So what we're going to do is we're going to block it out so that it doesn't overmold into this area, and it allows us to make sure that we don't have, 10 pounds of gun trapped in this holster. So. I think we can work with this.
Hold that up so the people at home can see.
It's just generally taped up. The tape helps increase the clearance a little bit, so it's molded firmly to the gun without being like over tight. Right now what we're doing is we're heating up the material. Usually this goes a little quicker. This is the biggest oven that we have, so this will fit the 9x10 pieces of kydex that we're using for this holster. Normally I'd heat 2 sheets at a time, form the front, then the back, just to keep it consistent, keep the kydex from like wrinkling or getting stuck to itself. Sometimes when it gets hot, like really hot, and you form the front and the back at once, it can stick it to itself a little bit and then cause like a wrinkle. So we avoid that. It takes us a little bit longer, but I think it's worth it.
I'll be sure to take it to some class and try to run 100 rounds through it.
Right. Everybody on the line next to you is going to flinch.
Yep.
They're going to duck out of the way.
They might get some light singeing.
When the eye of Sauron blasts out of the front of that gun. Jiminy crickets.
Look at that.
Oh, look at that monster.
Look at the detail on that.
I'm glad it all fit.
Me too.
That's what she said.
Oh! Zing.
How much does that lightweight rifle you built weigh?
I think it's only a pound more than that gun.
And it's a carbine.
Tell the people what kind of temperatures you're looking for there.
So we start these off relatively low. What can happen is that if you heat it too fast, it'll warp, or it'll gloss, or it'll like shrink really aggressively. So there are things you need to be aware of. You don't want the temperature to be too high off the bat. You don't want it to be in there for too long at too high a temperature. Generally, you can heat these. If I heated this up to 330 degrees, I could like go out and run errands and come back and nothing would have happened. If I had heated up to like 355, 360 degrees, I'd come back and it would have shrinky-dinked. So what we want to do is we want to control the temperature and bring it up in a couple steps to about 335 degrees approximately. So these dials lie. This dial will not tell you the truth. Set at 150, the temperature inside the oven is 200 degrees. And some of these could be off by as much as 100 degrees. So once this thing gets up to about 250, it's really closer to 340. That's almost 100 degrees difference. So what you want to use is one of these cheapo non-contact thermometers, which tells you more of the truth than the dial does. It takes a lot to get me excited. These days we make a lot of holsters, but look at the lines on this with the gray.
That's gonna be nice, man. I'm excited.
It's going to be beautiful.
So this is how
We do 3 layers.
you do boss status.
This is
This is going to be so interesting. I'm excited, John.
me too. I'm very excited. Hope it turns out as well.
So we got the ornamental layer, then the gray, then the pistol, then the backside of the white. All right, let's see it.
Oh,
Look at that.
that. That's just a little foam there. That's gonna be awesome.
That's freaking cool.
We're drawing out the holster. The better you can distribute that stress, the longer it's going to last. So more rivets equals more stronger. This tan color, this desert tan or ivory or whatever you want to call it, is actually generally very, very soft. So we can skip a couple steps in terms of finishing it. So we don't have to buff it and risk getting, you know, compound stains on this nice white material. We can just go right to the softer wheel and work it from there.
One of your employees is humming Paula Abdul. How do you feel right now?
Justin is his own person.
So essentially what these eyelets do is cinch this down and tighten everything up and make it more secure, correct?
Well, they're how we attach these pieces together.
Right.
They're
The quote-unquote glue, so to speak.
right. We're riveting them together. These tubular eyelets are really, really durable. We make sure to get the highest quality ones we can. Index fasteners. Danny Lanero over there is our rep, and he hooks us up with some really good quality stuff.
Just make sure the fitment is exactly where we need it.
Oh Lord!
Wow.
It's somehow tight on something.
I don't know.
Oh, it's this guy here.
All right, so we've got the final product here. This is ridiculous in every fashion.
Absolutely.
I just want to say thank you to John. That's freaking cool. Why don't you tell us a little bit about what we did here?
Well, this whole project really kind of pushed the limits of what was possible for us to do. I mean, in terms of the size, just the sheer size of the gun, we definitely ran into the limit of what we can put in the oven and what we can put in the press. Combine that with like the triple layer ornamentation on the front, and this was a big challenge. We went ahead and we put some extra wide, inch wide belt loops on this guy to help make it even beefier, and I think it turned out great.
Yeah, it turned out awesome, man.
this
I'm
was
super excited about it.
This is a really fun project.
This isn't really something I'm going to put a lot of use to, guys. Don't expect to see this in every video. It's just something special and fun. And, you know, I wanted to involve John in something, and I think he did an outstanding job on this. Why don't you show him a little bit of how the retention is on that and
Yeah, I mean,
all the good stuff.
For as beefy as this is, I think the retention turned out really nice. We were able to get some good definition. The gray front, the sub layer here, turned out really nice. I was like,
Yeah, that
almost
was cool.
disappointed to put the overlay on it, but I think that turned out really well too. It's nice and smooth. Plenty of retention for this giant piece. This thing is just so ridiculous.
I'm glad you like it.
It's so unnecessary, and I love everything about it.
That's what she said.
Yep. But yeah, it turned out great. I'm pretty happy with this. It
Yeah,
was a
I'm
really
pretty
fun
much
day.
ecstatic. That thing's freaking awesome.
Well, here you go, man.
Thank you, sir. Again, thank you for having me in the shop.
Absolutely.
Guys, go check them out. YouTube, Facebook, PHLster.com. Really high quality stuff. And he's nice enough to do special projects like this. Thanks for watching, guys.
Thanks for stopping by.
So, John, what happens when people call you and they want a holster for their Desert Eagle?
Well, as far as I know, there's not like a really good, perfect, accurate replica of a Desert Eagle out there that we could purchase and then start offering holsters as a product line. However, if you live in a distance that you consider, reasonable in terms of travel time, you are more than welcome to set up an appointment and come by the shop with your Desert Eagle and have a holster made.
That's awesome. I mean, most companies are just not willing to go to those lengths to make their customers happy.
They're just not having enough fun.